This is Tom Lesher. I'm going to try to do a weekly Pele report out here at Boulder Falls, because life is like a river. I'm going to start out with the mantra just in case I can't really successfully do this, but this week's mantra, and this is an astrological report for the week of June 26th, 27th of 2012. There's a lot going on in the celestial spheres right now. A lot of planetary energy, a lot of change, a lot of shifting. And as a perfect reflection of that, I am perched on the edge of a cliff trying to do this report in front of these doggone waterfalls. So anyway, the mantra for this week, let's just start right out with it, okay? My soul is like a river flowing to the sea, sometimes crashing, sometimes falling, sometimes flowing free. Just look at that waterfall. My soul is like a river flowing to the sea, sometimes crashing, sometimes falling, sometimes flowing free. We've got that sun went into Cancer like I spoke of. We've also got the planet Saturn going direct for the first time since last November. We've got Mars this weekend moving into the sign of Libra. It's been in Virgo since when? Last November. We've got Venus going direct. She's been retrograde since like the middle of May. We've got Mercury changing signs, moving from Cancer into Leo. We've got the Moon coming around. I mean, right now it's in Virgo. It's moving into Libra. And we're going to have a square moon today, Tuesday. I'm doing this on Tuesday. Probably get it up on Wednesday. And then, you know, through the weekend, it's moving through Scorpio and Sag until we have the full moon early next week, Monday, Tuesday. And that full moon, the moon will be on Pluto, opposite the sun, square Uranus. So the sun is moving into Cancer. It's in Cancer now. It's moving into this opposition to Pluto, square to Uranus, that I spoke about last week. I gotta change position before I fall. Okay, so what does this mean? There is a lot of shifting. The sun is actually moving through that sign of Cancer all by itself. Mars is moving into air. Jupiter and Venus are conjoining with the south node of the moon in Gemini, another air sign. Saturn is in air. Uranus in fire, Pluto in earth. So the sun, I talked about all this feeling coming. And when it opposes Pluto and it squares Uranus, this, I say, will be a time. This is a time in our lives, you know, this week in particular, of really bringing up the past, some of our childhood wounds, some of the issues that we've been, you know, long time ignored, long time suppressed. And our partnerships, our relationships are where they need to come up. It's where they need to come out. This, you know, it's almost like we've been initiated. We've had to, you know, mind our P's and Q's, put forth effort, get our work done since last November. With this Mars in Virgo, and when it goes into Libra now, we've got months of really coming out. And as that goes into Libra, it's going to bump into Saturn. And this moon going through Libra is bumping into Saturn. And it's bringing up all of these Libra issues. And that is equality. That is our ability to listen. That is our ability to adapt to an ever-changing reality, an ever-changing world, ever-changing other people, We're all going through this individualization process with Uranus and Aries. So people are changing. And it's like the most stable relationships, the most stable marriages, the most stable businesses, you know, is all getting shook. It's all getting really moved. And this can be exciting. It's an opening of all kinds of new things coming. But you know, it can also be like time to pull your hair out. What's around the corner? You know, that river just flows along, flows along, flows along. And then all of a sudden, ah! There's a drop, there's a fall. Surprise! And you gotta surrender. You gotta let it go. Throw up your hands. And just go, all right. I give in, I adapt. And that water comes down and it hits the rocks. And it splashes up. And there's drama and there's excitement. And there's movement and it's changing and it washes away those hard rocks. And then what? It goes on like nothing ever happened. You know? I mean, look at these rivers. They just keep going on. They keep flowing. They keep moving. There's more water. There's more feelings. More feelings coming up. More feelings dropping off. More feelings coming around the corner. So it is. Our souls, we have a longing to return to the ocean of oneness. And it's a windy road, a long and windy river. And our flowing now, in particular, when we get all these angular relationships, when we get all this sudden change, we have to be ever more alert. And that's why we have this great time of Venus conjunct Jupiter, conjunct the south node of the moon in Gemini. And that is a very beautiful, auspicious indication. This combination of stellar influences, you know, Venus, Jupiter, South Node squaring Neptune and Pisces, it is chaos. It is beyond our comprehension. But so are dreams. Why do people get on those roller coasters at those carnivals? It's to get thrown around. It's to have some excitement. It's to loosen up and shaken up. We really feel ourselves when we're in these intense situations. We really feel ourselves, you know, when we're falling, when we're crashing. And then you know what? I mean, the ego and the mind makes a big deal out of it. Oh my God, I can't live without you. Oh, I can't live without that. Oh, this will never be the same. Yeah, it'll be better. The future is brighter. This is what this Jupiter-Venus is saying. It's saying, go on, head out there, let go of the past. Go on an adventure. Live the dream. It's really time. You know, we've really done our homework. Like I say, Mars in Virgo, it hasn't been an easy 6 or 7 months here. You know, Saturn going, and let's look at it. You know, Saturn going retrograde for about 6 months, Mars in Virgo about 6 months. Look where you were on 11-11-11. You've come a long way. But that was almost a time, you know, of making some relationship choices, breaking commitments, making some new commitments. And now is the time. Saturn has gone back. It's time to go forward now. The last 6 or 7 months have been about, we've got new needs, new insight, new responsibility. Last November and December, we've had to, over the last 6 or 7 months, make room in our routines, make room in our work schedules, make room in our lives. It's like getting a new couch. You got to move all of the furniture around, you know, to fit that new couch. So we've got these new responsibilities, new commitments, new relationships in our lives. We need to adjust. We need to surrender. We need to fall maybe a little bit, get bounced around, shake it up, in order for that new impulse, that new aspect of life, that new person, that new potential to fit into the bigger scheme of who we are and where we're going. So relationships and partnerships now are asking us, you know, to really adapt, modify, shift, open up, to realize the desire to, you know, to reach the goal that was maybe set on 11-11-11. 11-11-11. Mars went into Virgo. Saturn was at the same degree it is now. And, you know, just look back. And then, of course, we look forward. Because, you know, around September and October, Saturn's going to return and then go into Scorpio. So, it goes forward. It went up to 29. Now it's back to 22. And it's going to go up, you know. So, these adjustments will somewhat be finalized. Will be a lot clearer. Things will be a lot more settled and in place. You know, with these new adjustments, the couch will be centered right around the end of October when Saturn, you know, reaches that 29th degree. So this is the time to adapt, to modify, hold the dream strong. It is happening. Make room for it. Let go of the old to make room for the new. And after you crash and after you fall, you will flow free back to the sea where you belong, where you came from, and where life is a song. Okay, so that's the message for this week. Namaste, aloha, so much love. Talk to you later.